Welcome to the Garden Report. My name is Jared Weiss. I'm joined by Jimothy Toscano. I got some energy tonight because the Celtics pulled off a nice victory with a big finish. They win 116-108 over the Philadelphia 76ers. We are brought to you by Blue Apron. For 3 free meals and free shipping, go to blueapron.com/Garden Report and become a master chef in your own kitchen. And speaking of a master chef, tonight Marcus Smart
cooking
up dope in the crock pot, as I was just saying before we went on here. He was the Migo tonight. He was incredible from all over the floor.
Yes. Oh, Marcus Smart. We're just going to get right into Marcus Smart right now. Defense, offense, all over the place. This guy knows it. You know it. I know
Those guys know it.
I got to say this about Marcus Smart right off the bat. He is a player that every contending team needs. Every great team needs a guy like Marcus Smart. The guy that's going to do it all on both ends. He's going to come off the bench, whether he's starting. He has that energy. He has that sort of that tenacity, contagious defensive effort that kind of gets the guys fired up. A guy like that on a contending team takes you from a very good team to a great team.
You know, I asked TJ McConnell about how he felt things went tonight as someone who's made a lot of progress, and he said that he feels like he's made a lot of progress tonight until he went up against Marcus Smart, and he said he felt like he took a step back in his career tonight, which I had to tell him, no, it's okay, he had a bad night.
It's kind of
sad. He was really strong, but yeah,
that's a tough plane ride home.
Marcus beat the crap out of them at the end of that game. He was mean-mugging people. He's pickpocketing people. He ends up with 8 steals, joining Larry Bird, Rajon Rondo, and Paul Pierce as the only players in Celtics history to have 8 steals in a game. It's pretty good company right there.
I think it was the most, or Rondo did it 11 years ago or something crazy like that. So it's been a while.
And, I mean, obviously we know that Marcus's defensive impact is great, but it hasn't been as good throughout the year until really as of late, where their defense has really picked up, even with Avery being out. Brad, after the game, said that a big part of it was that after the ankle sprain at the beginning of the year, it did take him a little while, and the difference is that he just has more explosiveness now. And you could see it, the way that he's able to jump up to guys 30 feet from the rim, get puff at his chest, get right into their shorts, and pickpocket them. He's able to do it better now than he was earlier in the year.
He's like a bully out there. You know, he's a very stocky guy. He's definitely stronger than a lot of the guys he's going up against. The one knock I've always had on Marcus Smart is that sometimes he uses his energy negatively. He kind of caught the best of him sometimes, and it would turn into poor decisions on either end of the court, whether it was a frustration foul or whether it was a bad shot, just a hurried shot. I haven't been seeing that much at all over the past 2-3 weeks, and I know he said after the game today that this is the most comfortable he's ever felt as a player, and I think a lot of that has to do with he's just maturing on the basketball court. He's becoming more confident in his game. He's not getting too low when he should, and I also think that his teammates are trusting him a lot more, and they're not getting frustrated with him like you maybe saw at points last season. You would see them kind of going back and forth, whether it was him and Crowder, him and Thomas. I mean, it's still it's all love at the end of the day, but on the court you would see that frustration. I haven't seen that much at all either, and that's a lot to do with the fact that they're winning as well.
I mean, tonight they went to him for that big 3 to really close out the game. So obviously they're trusting his shot.
He's hitting big threes these days too. I mean, his 3-point percentage is up almost, I think, over 5 points from last year. It couldn't have got much lower, obviously, but he has improved significantly in that department.
And Brett Brown said after the game that he feels his Smart shot has clearly improved. Brown said that Smart is actually the person that they're really studying. I mean, not the only one, obviously, because he said Isaiah's an elite player. Also said the Celtics are clearly an elite team and one of the 4 or 5 best teams in basketball, although I guess that's not really news if you read all the power rankings out there, which I guess Brett Brown reads all the power rankings out there.
Big power rankings guy.
But he said that Smart he's really impressed by Smart. The Smart was someone that they really studied going into the draft, someone that the Sixers continue to study as someone that is really a model for, as Stevens likes to put it, someone who affects winning. And I know a lot of people were saying when Smart had that steal that led to the fast break for Jay Crowder at the finish, which really kind of gave them control of the game, I saw my Twitter feed line up with affects winning. This is what Stevens means when he affects winning. He's a guy that turns things around for them, and he did it so well tonight. Obviously, it's the Sixers who, I mean, TJ McConnell said it the other night after they had a really big win that, people sleep on them and they're not going to be slept on and they're going to fight tooth and nail. We saw them fight tooth and nail, but the big issue is that this is something that Dario Saric told me, something that McConnell told me after the game, is that in the last few minutes when they're going up against the Celtics can ratchet up to another level.
Right.
And that's when teams talk about we need to play all 48 minutes. You're seeing the Celtics. We don't hear Steven say that nearly as much this year as he did last year. It happens from time to time.
Right.
I mean, tonight he talked about how they started on Central Time Zone and they showed up an hour late,
Yeah.
at least emotionally, to the game. And you knew that because he called the timeout after 3 defensive possessions into it. It was just one of those nights. But the Celtics showed tonight that they can go up against a lesser team, turn it on, get into fifth gear, and really kind of just stampede them away.
Yeah, they had to take it. You had to take it to a little bit of a playoff level for a few minutes. I mean, it's the Sixers. You don't have to maintain that level of play for 48, but when you get to the playoffs, you do. So to see them be able to take it to that next level and really, put the foot, on their neck there after the Sixers took the lead, made that little run in the fourth quarter. Isaiah Thomas wasn't hitting those shots that he normally hits, but what was he doing? He was adjusting. He was driving into the lane. He was still doing his thing, getting to the hoop, getting to the line. He made do with what was working for him, and when the shot wasn't falling, he would dish it. Marcus Smart, he stepped up. Guys, Jay Crowder had a really good fourth quarter. I think he led the team in plus-minus that quarter. So guys stepped up when they needed to, and sometimes this season when Isaiah Thomas isn't hot, guys haven't been. So it was good to see guys like Smart and Crowder and those guys, fill in the gap.
Before we go, want to thank a sponsor of ours, Indochino. I finally got my Indochino suit. Rocking
it looks
and
sharp,
rolling out
bro.
here. It looks sharp. It fits me really well.
You got the pocket square from them
got
as
the
well.
little pocket square from Indochino, so thanks for that, guys. Even got the
Jared
Indochino
Chino
swag on there. My favorite part, though,
you didn't even take it out of the wrapper. Look at you.
it's the inside. It's the psychedelic swirl
Wow.
inside.
Did you do
got
that,
the
huh?
Indochino tag right there, and they even made it custom made for Sir Jared Weiss, because we all know that I was knighted back in the 1980s.
Yeah, you didn't tell them.
Well-known
You
fact
didn't tell
about
them to
that.
add Sir. They just did that.
They just did that.
They just did
obviously.
that. Yeah.
So
One
mad
look at you.
respect from one legend to another. Mad respect to Indochino.
Yeah, I'm glad that this is the final product. It looks good.
It looks good. I'm
looks good.
really happy about it, and it's really soft and comfy.
A lot
It's
of work
really
in the
good quality.
factories, but it was worth the wait.
I'll tell you,
It was worth the wait.
they got it done. They got it done. So we'll be right back for part 2. We're going to get ready for the All-Star break, and then we're going to say goodbye for a week. This is the Garden Report.
We'll say see you
Howard
later.
by Blue Apron. We're just saying see you later.
See you later.
Hasta luego, not hasta forever, which is not how you say
I don't know
goodbye
that
forever
language.
in Spanish. That's all right. Okay, we'll be right back on the Garden Report.